Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. My name is Crimson. I play all sorts of games on Twitch and upload them here on YouTube. And I also do a lot of modding, game modding, primarily Bethesda games. I've been playing Bethesda games since the Morrowind days. So I have modded Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim. You guys have seen two different versions of Fallout 2 Wastelands here, which is Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. I've modded those with up to 1100 mods. I have played Fallout 4 modded. I have played Fallout London modded as well with over 200 mods. And it's finally time to mod Starfield. So let me start with this. I bought Starfield at release. At launch, I bought this game on PC. I thought it was fun. But I had my qualms and I knew everyone did. The game was not what it should have been. And it had basically it tainted Bethesda's reputation, and it still has for for the foreseeable future. But they have done a lot of work on the game. They have updated it. They have done some things like free lanes where you can travel within a solar system without having to experience a loading screen, other than like landing, due to the limitations of the creation engine. Now, I wanted to come back and give it time because I know that the modding community typically picks up the proverbial torch and fixes a lot of the issues that the game had. The game did not ship, as I said, in a very good state, and modding over time has gotten infinitely better, especially because the creation is just a little more robust than what you guys have seen me deal with Fallout 4 and Fallout 3. Anyways, eventually I decided to come back and curate a mod list that I feel would encapsulate what I wanted Starfield to be like. So I have decided to title this Starfield Beyond the Stars. This consists of 460 mods total. I have tested this for over 35 hours using an old save file, my old save file from my first playthrough when I originally played this at launch. And I have to say, I am pretty happy. There is a lot of new content, new random encounters. The space doesn't feel empty, it feels populated. It feels like you have things to do. There's been a rebalance of a lot of stats, a lot of perks, new items have been added, new weapons. I have also added modded planets. There's a lot of Star Wars in here. There's there's some cameos from Halo. You guys will see a couple of armors from there, from the Star Wars TV series as well. There's a lot to be enjoyed, and I think that that this is a worthwhile experience to have, even if it's just for a little bit. Obviously, Starfield will play a lot different than other Bethesda games, particularly Fallout. But I'll do a playthrough that will potentially start during the fall of 2026. Shortly after I finish my current long game, which is The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. With that said, I hope that you guys check out this long showcase. I will leave the majority of the mods down below, and I will also leave my mod list down below if you guys want to see it on Nexus. This is all through Vortex Mod Manager, through Nexus mods, and every single mod can be found on Nexus. So it'll be very easy to download as a collection if you guys decide to check it out. With that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the settled systems. Bye! Welcome to Starfield Beyond the Stars. I figure I would walk you guys through some of the changes that I've done to the game. First and foremost, the internal lighting has been completely overhauled for a lot of the exteriors and interiors. Here we're starting at the Lodge, which is the headquarters of Constellation, essentially the very first faction that you run into and the motivation for you to collect the artifacts throughout the universe. The lodge itself is located in the city of New Atlantis, which is probably the largest settlement you'll be dealing with in terms of sheer volume. It has also been expanded. All that back section is completely new. But yeah, this is where the UC Collective is. In addition, the NPC density has been increased, and the variety of NPCs has also changed. Given that there's a lot of Star Wars mods, you will see a lot of Star Wars races here mixed among the populace. This city is gigantic. It has several districts and areas that you can go to. The expansion of the city doesn't just go beyond that initial area, it also extends to the spaceport, and it actually fits within the geometry of the city and the game.
Can't believe how expensive my rent is now.
As I said, NPC density has been increased for certain areas. And I think right here is probably one of the most important mods that came out recently. It is seamless takeoffs, and it's on beta right now. This came out in July of 2026, and it basically shortens the transition and gets rid of the loading screen for when you're taking off from a planet and going into orbit. As I said, it's still in beta, so it's still a little rough, but it's a dramatic improvement in immersion, and I highly recommend it. It is running on the 460 mods, and I have not had any issues.
I'm doing an oral history of Constellation's most decorated members. It's just me repeating your
The Free
name
Lanes
to a
update
data slate for
actually
5
added this mode
hours.
called Cruise Mode, where you can actually fly to planets within the solar system that you're in. So it's actually quite nice, and thanks to the mods that I have added in this mod list, you will see more random encounters, more dogfights between factions. More Crimson Fleet will come and attack you. More Space Pirates will come and attack you. You'll see hostile signals, SOS signals out in the distance via planets. So you'll have plenty of stuff to do.
Setting down, everything in the green.
heard you're a member of the UC Vanguard. They're so lucky to have you.
Hope the Black Sea is treating you all right.
Hazard alert. Hazard alert. Hazard alert. Hazard alert.
Well, cat's out of the bag. We have lightsabers in this game. I added lightsabers and several other Star Wars weapons and other weapons from other franchises. For example, Call of Duty. There's some weapons from Infinite Warfare in here because the assault rifles fit very well within the universe. The lightsaber is actually pretty powerful. You can modify it, add kyber crystals, and also it deflects projectiles. There's an entire perk tree system for it. Yes, you're seeing that right. That is Call of Duty's Infinite Warfare's NV4 assault rifle, modified with electric shocks. Also, you will see a lot more gore in here. I have added gore field, which introduces a new bleeding and damage mechanics. And also, it looks like bloody mess when you actually hit hits. Damage, armor, resistances all have been slightly tweaked, so there's no spongy enemies in there. But you're also not that spongy.
Hazard alert. Hazard alert.
Unable. Repair is not possible.
Hazard alert. Hazard alert.
Up, up, and away!
Retros firing. Orbit stabilized.
Shields up! Let's dance!
Oh, look at that. Just like I mentioned previously, dogfights sporadically occurring.
And it's over. I'm hauling a day's work for UC Sister. Your designation. UC Vanguard. You people are a class act. Any way we can repay you. That can be arranged. Thanks again for the help. UC out.
I think it's time that we go visit some other big hubs in the game besides New Atlantis, and one of them is Akila City, which is in the Cheyenne system. So this will also let me show you guys how my grav jumps work. So there's two mods at work here: seamless grav jumps, the gravity well version, and grav lanes. So seamless grav jumps is this, which makes the transition to warp speed a lot smoother than the surprisingly white screen that Bethesda puts in the vanilla game. And the grav lanes actually mask the loading screen by throwing you into this warp state in which you have full control of your camera, full control of, you can get out of your seat just like you would if you're traveling normally through space. And this will drop you off at the center of the solar system, typically near the biggest star. It helps a lot with immersion, and it actually makes you use the cruise mode implemented in free lanes. And it's super, super nice.
And that's it. Enjoy that Akila City air.
Landing side looks clean. Let's set it down.
Welcome to Akila City, part of the Freestar Collective. Basically, the set of independent planets and states in the settled systems. But yeah, this has been revamped significantly. Lighting has been redone. The roads have also been modded because they looked absolutely terrible in vanilla. But the lighting has significantly helped uplift how this area looks. This city has a lot of promise, and I don't think Bethesda realized how much they could have done with it. How much more they could. But I like the end result of my side.
Capacity?
97.
I'm just saying, my family was on the first. Don't you worry. Those walls are soft.
Let's talk about the menu and the user interface. First off, the perks. As I mentioned before, the lightsabers have their own perk and their own perk tree, and it increases how well you deflect projectiles, how much damage you do back, and how much stagger you do. There's a lot of new perks in addition to the base ones from Starfield, so I hope you guys decide to check this out and make some ridiculous builds. Also, all my equipment and arsenal can be categorized using Star UI. So this is a very, very old mod, but it's probably the best one for categorizing all your stuff. It's incredible.
Time to leave this place behind. Apogee kick complete. Orbit steady.
Okay, so after our visit to Akila, let's go to another big hub in the game and one of my personal favorites, Neon. So that's in the Volii system, and it's in Volii Alpha, so we'll warp travel through there, and then we'll check out the city.
Gear looks green. Ready to land.
So Neon received a massive facelift. My only issue is that that tower in the middle right there, once we take off, I clip into it. Yeah, clip into the geometry, but it doesn't really matter because the city looks so cool. I'm not even gonna bother.
Hazard alert. Hazard alert.
It's been fully revamped, and there's even a new section, shopping street.
Security's got its eyes on Saburo over Digbo. That guy's trouble for the status quo, if you know what I mean.
There's a bounty on you. Get that cleared as soon as possible if you know what's good
Huh,
for you.
I wonder what I did in one of my past lives. Oh well.
Hazard alert. Hazard alert.
You're really going to walk on by and miss out on the chance.
If I have to eat fish for dinner one more time.
It's this takeoff here that as you take off, it clips into the geometry. But I think it's well worth it. If you have any issues with it, you can turn off the neon mods. They're very easy to find. So we visited a lot of the hubs, but how about some of those modded planets that I mentioned earlier? Let's take a look. Ooh, what is that? Well, what do you know? If it isn't Tatooine. Yes, Tatooine is in the game, and we can go there. Well, it was a bit of a mess to get here, but here we are. We are in Mos Eisley. It's completely recreated. So there's droids, there is people around. You can actually buy property here. You can buy homes. There's a dedicated medical center. It's pretty well recreated. I'm very, very impressed.
This unit is performing a software update. Please do not attempt further conversation.
Achieving orbit now.
Aha! An offering for the great Starfield.
Engine on target.
Well, that was nice and everything, but how about we head home? Because we can. We can go to the Sol system, our solar system. How about we go to Earth? See what happened to it.
Landing site locked. Take us in.
Well, we made it to Earth, but a couple things are off. There's no oxygen in the atmosphere, and it is -1 degree Celsius. So something went terribly wrong. And we may or may not find out what the hell happened. Scanning distance has been modified and scanning has been made. The scanning requirements have been lowered. Also, I implemented this mod that lets you control your ship and send it for takeoff and then make it land wherever you want, so long as you meet the requirements. It looks extremely cool. And you just use the same command to call it for landing. And the last location we will visit in this showcase will be Mars. We'll visit the mining city of Cydonia, which was one of the first settlements that humanity established after they left Earth. Welcome to Cydonia, humanity's stepping stone to the stars. Yeah, right. Now it's a massive mining operation by Diamond's shipyards. You have everything needed. You have a bar, you have living quarters, you have a mining company that basically controls everything. But yeah, it's one of the big settlements that you will go visit as well. And I'm sure there are many more. Okay, and we have reached the end. I hope you guys enjoyed this very long showcase. I had a lot of fun modding this game, and I will start my playthrough soon. But it was nice to refamiliarize myself with some of the factions, some of the hubs in the game, and implement some of the new ideas and mods that have come along. So, as I said, this will be available on Nexus mods as a collection, and I hope you guys decide to check it out. Till then, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.